everybody, and welcome to. I seem to be missing somebody. Loboberry? Lobo?
Man, I can't tell you, bro, man. I'm not okay right now.
Lobo, you all right?
I'm crashing out, bro. Headphones. I'm so sorry. Listen, we just gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. I'm sorry, I'm messing everything up. We gotta talk about it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Boyz of Attitude.
And Men of Now.
And we are talking on our podcast about one of our favorite things in the world, and that is pro wrestling. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This weekend was the amazing Elimination Chamber. So we're going to give our, synopsis, our review of that event and just kind of talk about what we loved about it, maybe some things that we thought that could have been improved or everything like that. And, I am Thato D, Mr. Thato D.
I am Loboberry Crunch.
All right. And, if you want to follow us online, we'll put our handles in the description below for you guys and make sure like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Please do. We need it.
All right. So we started off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which I thought was a good, strong start for this PLE. And boy, did they come out swinging. They came out like... I mean, literally.
It's literally swinging. We saw the return of Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
which we have seen her gone for. It's been a while. We have had this it's crazy because it's one of the biggest mysteries. I apologize for my voice being this way, by the way. You'll find out why I sound like this later. But anyway, yeah, we saw her come back. And obviously, the mystery that we've been having thrown around is who attacked her, who was the one,
who was the
mystery assailant that left her laying bloodied on top of a busted windshield.
Right.
And obviously they did the speculation of it was possibly Liv and Raquel, which we all know. Come on, that would have been too obvious.
Yeah, that would have been way too obvious.
And we've had our suspicions that I thought it was Bianca.
Right.
I can't lie to you. I thought it was Bianca.
I'm in the camp of I think it was both Bianca and Naomi, just due to the fact that maybe one person set her up while the other one did the deed.
Exactly.
Whatnot.
And what's crazy is that obviously Bianca was locked inside of the pod already. So when they came out, we already had Bianca, Bailey locked in the cells. We also had. Because it was Liv and Naomi that started.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So Liv and Naomi started, and Roxanne Perez was also locked in there, and
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Obviously, oh God, I was so happy to see her.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see her return. she was my pull. I was hoping, but
yeah, I was hoping for an Alexa for the World Championship. The only thing that I obviously, it's all business and stuff like that, is that the Alexa's on SmackDown, and it's like, okay, were they going to pull her over? And then that's why I didn't even think Bianca was even going to be the winner on this one too. But then sure enough, they surprised us with that one,
Well, the fun thing too is that Bianca and Naomi have been floating for so long. I felt like everyone forgot what brand they were even drafted to.
Yeah.
I know that Jade and Bianca originally were drafted to SmackDown.
Right.
But I'm gonna be real with you. How many of us actually remember that? Really? I don't even know. But yeah, what a start. As soon as the match was about to begin, Jade's music hits. She looks phenomenal, by the way.
Right.
She came back ready for a fight.
Yeah.
She came back ready to swing. And we see a panicked Liv Morgan begging practically to just not get demolished.
Yeah.
And then the first thing we see is her completely smash in Naomi's face.
It was just a car accident. It was gruesome. It was like a slow, and then the Bianca's performance on just the whole breaking down while that was happening, that was just I was like, holy smokes. I really was feeling it.
That's what I say. I would be from what you were describing to me, I would be really surprised if she didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
like, because she had me convinced that she had no idea what was happening.
Right.
And like, she was ready to, like, the brutality. That's the one thing I want to talk about real quick. These women have stepped their game up when it comes to especially the brutality that they're able to put themselves through.
Oh yeah, most def.
Like, a chamber match is already a bad look for a lot of people. That's a match that can shorten people's careers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And these 6 women, I just want to shout that out. Put their bodies out there. Naomi with what Jay did to her, she slammed the door.
Slammed the damn door on us.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, if you really sit there and you think about it from the days when we were watching, like back in Attitude Era and everything else like that. I mean, we had our Trish Stratuses, we had our Litas, we had our Tori Wilsons and stuff, and they all really, I mean, they did what they had to do to help bring the women's division up. And once you start bringing in like Triple H with NXT and the whole women's division and such, definitely bring those type of caliber women, because it's like the women in when we grew up and stuff, bra and panties matches, you know, it wasn't really like anything super
seeing like one of
serious.
them get power bombed was like the most devastating thing in the world. Remember when Bubba was picking people up and putting them through tables?
Yeah.
And when he did it to like Lita, we were all like, "Oh my god, Lita is like broken in half."
Right.
Now that's like a minimal thing.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, she got put through a table. Now we're watching like I said, Jade slamming that chamber door on Naomi's head was just absolutely crazy. I almost thought we would probably have to stop watching it because we watched this with our kids.
Yeah.
And I almost was like, do we stop watching this now?
Yeah,
Do we
right.
tell them to go to the other room? Yeah, like shout out to those girls. Like, oh my goodness. They are all amazing superstars.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, I mean, Naomi was taken out. We didn't get a filler in.
No, we didn't get a filler in. So then what did they do next? They had Bianca came in. So Bianca started doing her stuff with Liv Morgan. They have great chemistry. I mean, especially they've been working all those matches and stuff together for some time. And then after that, who was the next one in? It was Roxanne Perez was out.
Roxanne Perez was next.
Roxanne Perez.
I am a fan of Roxanne Perez.
I mean, she's super talented. I think that
awesome.
she's going to go places. I mean, that's why she has the prodigy on her, you know, ring attire and stuff. Which I was like, okay, all right, making sure that everybody knows and remembers who you are. I really think that her and Bayley are going to have a match at WrestleMania.
Oh well, most definitely. Which was interesting because like we saw that she got in next. And then right after a while, we had Bayley enter. And then we saw Bayley and Roxanne going at it. And we obviously were expecting like one of them were going to pin the other one.
Yeah.
Like I was not expecting that Bayley was going to lose. So she was going to be the first one out. And she was pinned by Liv.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan pinned her. And like Roxanne Perez didn't even get the taste of like being able to say, I already got you over 1-1.
And I think the reason they did that is they didn't want to give her that. You know,
not yet.
They want you to be like, oh man, this has been building for some time. Okay, cool. They're gonna have that way when it comes to the Mania match. It's fresh. It's like it's not already like, well, one of them's already got a victory over the other kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It was crazy. We saw some wild moments. Like I said, the women already hit the ground running. They already hit that ground running. They were ready to go. And what I love too was the fact is that we had them climbing up on the chamber. They were not shy about anything they were doing, slamming each other into the chains, slamming each other on the harder areas out in the ring, the moves and everything. Everybody was doing fantastic, and that smack from Bianca's hand to Liv, it sounded like a gunshot.
I mean, you heard it like they were in Canada and you heard it all the way here in America. That was just insane.
If you have a chance to watch it back because it literally sounded like a gunshot.
Yeah.
Whap, right across her waist.
Yeah.
And that welt showed up fast.
Oh, super fast.
Oof.
So then after that we got Liv, Alexa, what's it called? Alexa pin Roxanne. And
she
then
took her out with her variation of the Sisters Abigail. Yo, shout out to the fact that she lets the life of the Fiend continue through her.
yeah.
I love the fact that she wears the jacket that says like the Fiend, on the back is like
It says
Friends forever.
So it says
it's Fiend forever.
Yeah, so it's Fiend, but like it has the R
like
kind of in there,
super
so
small.
super small, so you can't tell if it's Friends or Fiends or whatever and such. But yeah,
Yeah, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt again, man.
Yeah.
It's your legacy continues to live on. These people really, the people he touched are obviously still doing their thing. And Alexa's doing so great.
Yeah. Well, we have some more with Bray Wyatt to add on for later on, and whatnot. But then we get to Liv pins Alexa.
But the pin she did was crazy.
The pin was crazy. She was very crafty in how she did it. She did the roll up like the bridge, and then she took Bianca's hair and used it as a way to kind of just hold her down and such. So in a sense, it still leaves Alexa looking strong in a sense. Just is disappointing because I was really rooting for Alexa in that and whatnot because. I mean, honestly, I love Bianca too, and my daughters love Bianca, and Bianca was my second pick. So, but I didn't think they were going to go with Bianca, especially with the whole Jade Cargill thing. I was like, okay, well, cool. Well, Jade's and that. Okay, cool. We're going to get to that storyline, but then Bianca, I was like, well, how is this going to play out? So it's going to make it very interesting for.
Yeah,
for Mania.
Right after the pin, we saw Bianca and Liv had a fantastic back and forth, special counters, left and right, left and right, left and right. These women are really, really going to war at each other. And then for Bianca to finally hit that KOD and come out on top was absolutely phenomenal. It was such a great moment. This is now makes her the second, that was her second win in Elimination Chamber ever. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that means that she has the most chamber wins right now in a row. I mean, not in a row, but I think in the most out of all women, because I don't think anybody else has won multiple chambers. Because it's only been like 7 years.
There've been
seven chambers.
Let's see. This is the 7th chamber.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan has been in the most. She's been in all the Elimination Chamber matches.
Six of them.
She won. I don't know which one she won. She won one of them, I think.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that. Bianca now is officially like the only woman who's ever won 2 chamber matches.
Right.
Not back to back, but at least just 2 straight.
Right.
That she has a 2 victory run. So congratulations to definitely on Bianca on that one. Obviously, she's just hitting the ground running too.
Yeah.
She's had a phenomenal year. It's definitely going to be a good year for her and whoever she faces, whether it be EO or whether it be Mommy.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Mommy. I'm sorry. I love EO too. I love EO so much. I do. But I am a Rhea stand. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I know it's the simp in me.
Well, all right. So Bianca won the match, and like you said, we had that. So now we move on to the next one, which was Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I actually met Candice LeRae last year when they were at WrestleMania in Philly. Did one of the they had one of the events where we got dinner. No, we got lunch. It wasn't no brunch. It was like a brunch, and superstars came out and stuff. And she's a very sweet, very very sweet girl. So it's like
it's always the heels.
It's fun.
The heels.
It's so funny because it's like she's such a sweet, nice girl and everything like that. And then she does such a great job being this nasty heel girl and such. So it was fun just meeting her in person and being able to just watch her on TV and stuff. I've seen the growth from last year to now, speed champion and everything. Nia Jax has had a phenomenal year. I mean, she had won the Queen of the Ring, and then, she had the championship for some time. And then Tiffany Stratton, I mean, women's Money in the Bank. And then now she's the champion. And of course, Trish Stratus, I mean, she's one of the goats. Timeless. I mean, like when we were Boyz of Attitude, we Trish Stratus was definitely, someone we watched. Maybe we had our crushes on and all that kind of stuff, But that match was cool. It was pretty straightforward. Tiffany and Trish really worked hand in hand together. It didn't seem like Tiffy took over too much, because usually a lot of times when they do these legend matches, a lot of time the legend doesn't do too much. It's just like the
Yeah, it's a way to protect the legend. Yeah, obviously, they're not as in the ring as like a lot of the younger talent. So it makes sense to me. Like whenever you see a legend and okay, they're only going to be involved like minimally. They're not like extensively. But Trish Stratus, man, she's just absolutely phenomenal, and she's always been phenomenal.
Right.
And I mean, this was her 25th anniversary with the company.
Sheesh.
Which is crazy to think because she looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't see 25 years on that woman at all.
I was like we were saying last night, we were saying the other night that that it doesn't look like she even aged.
Yeah, no, she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
She looks fantastic. She's in great shape, and the ring rust is not there.
No.
She did phenomenal. We saw her hit a super stratisfaction off of the top rope on Nia.
Yep.
Her and Tiffany were definitely. There was a lot of talk online that I saw that people were expecting like Tiffy and her to either have some kind of headbutting because Tiffany was a little disrespectful to her a couple months ago, and we kind of thought that was going to come into play in this. We didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
We definitely saw that she was able to mesh with her, so definitely kind of puts Tiffany in the babyface category a lot more now.
Yeah.
She's definitely now a babyface 100% to me. And I know some people online were saying like, "Oh, it's just a throwaway match." I don't think it's a throwaway match. You gotta have something to kind of bring it down a little bit. In every one of these matches, and I also know, I mean, it's historic that a lot of the women matches kind of get looked down on when it comes to things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't see that at all. I think that we saw I'm not the biggest fan of Nia Jax. I'm making that very clear, and it's not because I don't like her as a person. I just, unfortunately, from like, let's say past issues that people have had with her, injuries and such like that, I always was worried like, oh man, I'm afraid of somebody getting in the ring with her because I'm like, I don't want one of my favorites to get like injured.
Right.
But, I will, and this is me being completely, going from that boy of an attitude to a man of now. I will 100% give her all the credit. She's had a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Like you said, Queen of the Ring, women's champion. She has been featured like as a main star for so long, this year. And, obviously she took the spotlight and she did well. Yes, we still see some botches here and there, but you know what? I'll give her the credit. She's putting in the work. She's definitely making herself, into that like future Hall of Fame, inductee that she will eventually be. There's no doubt in my mind she won't be. She still has a lot of records. I think she still has like the most record eliminations at the Royal Rumble. I think she still holds that record. So she's doing great.
Yeah, she has the record for most eliminations. Roxanne Perez took the record for longest time.
Yeah,
which was Bailey's, but so she did right.
Perez just stealing more from Bailey. Oh man.
Oh man. But yeah, great match. Tiffy and Trish won, and it was a great thing for the story for them. I think it just more establishes Tiffy as a babyface, like you said, and stuff. And there's some people online that saying that like, it doesn't really do anything for the story. Nothing with Charlotte in. And it's like, honestly, you don't really need anything else to add in with Charlotte. You already have the stuff that's going on with her and Charlotte. I think for it is that you got to now establish Tiffy as a babyface. I mean, she was a heel for the longest time. So then how do you get her over as a babyface? You got to do babyface stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the fact that they won, it helps keep Trish in there. She had her little anniversary moment, obviously in her hometown, and then also in the fact that you had Tiffy. She looks strong. Yeah. She looks strong. She's phenomenal. She's amazing in the ring. I wasn't a huge fan of her when she first started, only because I'm not a fan. I was never really a fan of like the Barbie doll, look, blonde hair. I dress pretty, pink, and all that stuff like that. I usually dislike the overly pretty girl look for some of the wrestlers, only because I feel like it hinders their ability to show like what they can do. And Tiffany takes that and she blows it out the water.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
She takes that thing and she goes, "Oh, I look like a Barbie doll, but I'll still kick your butt." And she does. She kicks butt.
Well, speaking of kicking butt, the next match, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, unsanctioned match. They really, I mean,
fight forever. Fight forever.
They were in it. I mean, so just like for me, like when I was watching that match, I was just like, what was cool is like they did the cool things with they had the lights darker and stuff, so it gave that vibe. Then after that, they just like the referee wasn't even dressed like a regular referee. We were joking like and stuff about like, yeah, he's not really, he's just kind of just there just hanging out, you know, and whatnot. I mean, Sami Zayn got put through 2 tables. Kevin Owens got put through 2 tables. You know, they had...
They literally they hit each other with everything but the kitchen sink.
Well, what I found what was funny is that earlier when they showed Kevin Owens walking in, like he was grabbing this random things to put in his bag stuff. He didn't use any of that stuff. It was like a wrench and some pliers and stuff.
I think Sami did a good job at making sure he didn't get that bag.
Right.
Sami made sure he was not touching that bag. Oh my God, man. Sami Zayn, man. Sami Zayn. I've been saying this since I saw that man in NXT. I've watched, you know, just, I know we don't talk a lot about like the outside promotions really because we said we're just starting here, but like I've seen Sami in Ring of Honor, I've seen New Japan, you know, El Generico, blah blah blah. You know, this man is a 100% like amazing superstar.
Yeah,
like whether he's face or heel, I don't care. Sami puts his body out there and does things that I don't think half the other people would want to even try.
Right.
And him and Kevin, this eternal rivalry. And I like to acquaint the rivalry to like Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense to you. I know you get that
reference.
Yeah. I wonder if they will, but they're like Ryu and Ken, man.
Right.
You could watch these two fight forever and you will always watch it. You will always love it.
Well, it was like the you made the reference of El Generico and Kevin Steen. I mean, I watched that match, and when I was reminiscing watching that unsanctioned match, and this brought me back to that the whole time I was like El Generico, Kevin Steen. You know, he did the power bombs onto the corner of the ring, and then you know, they had the steel chair that had the barbed wire on it and stuff. That was
crazy.
That was I've correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever seen, at least in WWE, barbed wire on a steel chair.
I don't recall that. Usually we see barbed wire bats. We've seen it on kendo sticks. We've seen it wrapped around like tables and stuff. A chair?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. I mean, you could correct this if we're wrong again. Please, by all means, put it in the comments so we can address it in the next episode. But I've never seen it. And honestly, when we saw Sami digging under there and he was like, pulls out a chair, and just, whoa, I found the toy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was like a kid on Christmas. And watching him set them up and take Kevin and slam him into the middle of all 3 of those chairs with the barbed wire chair in the middle. Oh, listen, man, listen, my back.
Yeah,
my back felt that.
That was great. I saw online, I was reading some stuff that I missed that apparently in their first, like there's some like little callbacks, like a bunch of little callbacks from old matches. Like for instance, when Sami was talking smack to him, Sami was talking smack to Kevin, and then they did the whole like kick or everything like that. That was like a callback to like their first match at NXT. Then there was another callback, like the power bomb onto the ring apron and stuff.
That's how he took out. So when I don't think you were watching NXT as much.
Well, that was the one thing I saw on NXT. Like I literally turned on NXT. I was like, "Oh, this show is cool." Oh my! He killed him! He killed him!
And that was Kevin Owens' debut.
Right.
Like his debut. He had a phenomenal match, and then went into the back, and then Sami had his moment, and then you know everybody was like, "Oh man, you know Sami, yay!" And Kevin Owens comes out. He's greeting his best friend. You know, "Oh man, I'm so happy." Blah blah. And then all of a sudden, you just see him go, and boom, powerbomb on the ring apron, and everybody just was shocked.
Yeah,
the entire arena was quiet.
Yeah,
like everyone was like, "What did we just see?"
Yeah,
like you came out here and was introduced as Kevin Owens, Sami's best friend, and literally in less than 30 seconds, you just took it to Kevin Owens. I'm here for your title.
Right. So I mean
that's who he is, though. He was a prize fighter.
Yeah. So Kevin Owens wins in the end. You know, after it is literally, this was just like a slug match. You know, they were just going, and it was going all the way until whoever just couldn't fight anymore. And then
I didn't know who was going to win, to be honest with you.
I couldn't tell either.
He could have been either one, and I wouldn't have cared.
So Kevin Owens wins. Then he goes out to strip the floor, the mat, the protective covering to get the exposed concrete so he could pile drive Sami Zayn. And guess who comes to the save?
I hear voices in my head. Oh my God.
It was so good. I'm so happy that we finally got our Randy Orton back. So Randy Orton's back, and then they had a fight, and then Randy Orton started showing off the punt, and everyone was like,
"Oh," because that move is banned.
Yeah,
that is also a banned move.
Is it?
I mean, Kevin Owens is pulling out banned moves, so Randy Orton's like, "Oh, you want to go banned moves? Let's go."
Yeah, exactly. So it was beautiful. I thought it was beautiful storytelling. They had the whole security and everybody stopping Randy before he could punt kick. And
Jason Jordan, Shane Helms, everybody was out there.
The Hurricane.
You will not ever convince me his name is Shane Helms. I'm like, that is the Hurricane forever. Put the costume back on. Let me get one more match with you, man. One more match.
One more match. One more match.
I would love to see him make an appearance one more time as the Hurricane.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
But also, can we talk about how Randy just goes and like disappears and comes back bigger than before? How does this man get? It's like every time he gets injured, he's on like he's a Saiyan.
Yeah,
he's a Saiyan.
Right.
He gets that power boost with the Zenkai boost every single time.
Right.
Man came back more ripped than he already was. Like, dude, stop. We get it. You are so ripped, and you're just continue. He looks phenomenal. I give him all the credit in the world, man. That man is a Hall of Famer already. I don't care. That man is already a legend in every way.
Right.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this Kevin Owens and Randy match.
Yeah,
it is going. Do you think they might go unsanctioned with this one too?
Maybe. There's a possibility. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they would repeat unsanctioned and unsanctioned again. I think it might just be a regular match, or he may just request a no disqualification. So it won't be called unsanctioned. It'll just be no disqualification.
Just a hardcore match.
Yeah.
It is hardcore.
Or whatever and stuff. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the story plays out coming up on, SmackDown and everything, and how they take the direction and such.
That's what they hate right now about this. This chamber had a lot of SmackDown superstar like repercussions that we're not going to be able to see for like a couple more days. I hate the fact that we have to wait. I just hate the fact that Raw is closer to us and SmackDown feels like it's so far away.
Yeah.
With all the fact that all the SmackDown stuff is happening right now. Like, yes, Raw is close by, but SmackDown feels like it's just forever there.
Right.
Come on. I need to see what happens. There's too many ramifications for a lot of SmackDown stars.
Oh, man. So now we go on to the main event in the sense of a match and stuff. So we get on to the main event, and we are at the men's chamber match.
This match was crazy. It was filled with nothing but egos.
Yeah,
it was you can't tell me that the whole match, everybody had a problem with everybody.
Yeah,
and like if anything, CM Punk probably had the most problems.
Yeah,
because you had Seth and McIntyre that both hate Punk.
Yeah,
and then obviously everyone doesn't like Logan Paul.
No one likes Logan.
No one likes Logan Paul. And then Cena being in there, and it's just like it's literally just all egos.
Yeah,
it's literally just a match of egos.
Honestly, the person who had the least problems with people was Cena. Everyone. The only issue people had with Cena was that he got into the match without having to qualify.
Yeah,
and that was probably the biggest thing for that. Other than that, no one really had a problem with Cena, and they did a good job with the order, with everything. They had McIntyre and Rollins start. So we kind of got a...
both of beating each other up to see who could get to Punk first.
Oh, my gosh, man.
That's literally what it was.
I mean, slamming each other into the cage and into the containers and stuff. I mean...
The indestructible pods.
Yeah, the pods. And then who do we have next come in? It was it
Priest?
Priest was next.
Priest was the first one in.
Yeah, so Damian Priest comes in, and then who do we have after that?
Paul.
Logan Paul came in, and then John Cena, and then eventually was CM Punk. So I like how they did set it up. They made sure that when Rollins and McIntyre were fighting, they got rid of McIntyre first, so that way McIntyre and CM Punk's rivalry wouldn't really overspark again. They kind of kept it like, okay, all right, we're going to get McIntyre out of here and stuff.
I love the fact that Damian Priest was the one that took him out.
Yeah.
It made Priest a man of his word when he said that. Because that was the first thing he said on SmackDown when they were going back and forth and they were like saying like, everybody came out to do their little like Elimination Chamber spiel. But like I have been a huge fan of Damian Priest. You know, Boricua all the way. Shout out to Damian Priest. It's one of ours. But the fact that Priest literally looked at McIntyre dead in the face and said, I'm taking you out at the chamber.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He took him out.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, McIntyre being the sore loser that he is, you know, Claymore kicks him right in the face.
Yeah.
Giving Logan Paul
of all people
the pin. I was just like, oh, of all people, it had to be Paul. And the funny thing is, a lot of people were saying that online.
Yeah.
That they were just like, oh, you gave Damian Priest's pin to Logan Paul.
Right.
So, but at least this was the year that we didn't see Logan Paul like interfere with like the match.
Yeah, like the final part of the match. It was Seth this time.
Yeah, last year he what was it? He hit somebody with like it was Randy, right?
Yeah.
He hit Randy with the brass knucks.
Yeah.
And at least this was like, yeah, get him out of here.
Yeah.
The back and forth thing when we got to because we had McIntyre out first, Priest then was out, and then Logan Paul was out.
And then Logan Paul got taken out. Yep.
Yeah, he got beat up by Cena and Punk.
Yeah.
Literally, like, you know, the old timers that he kept making fun of are the ones that took out the Young Buck.
Yeah.
And then like this triple threat between Cena, Punk, and Rollins.
Yeah.
The back and forth thing was crazy.
Right.
Everybody was hitting specials. Punk was literally like a special magnet.
Right.
Like, how many AAs did he take? He took AAs and pedigrees and stomps, and he was still getting up.
I mean, Punk probably had that infinite stamina or whatever, or put the cheat code in, you know?
Somebody was they were like playing WWE 2K25, and they were like just hitting that counter button at the right time every single time.
Right.
Oh man, it had us on the edge of our feet because Punk was my pull.
Yeah,
I wanted Punk to win so bad.
Yeah,
and you know, again, that's part of why my voice is like this, because I lost part of my voice from just like you guys were watching my reactions, just like especially my I know I got a little overexcited when Logan Paul got eliminated. I may have clapped a little harder than I should have. But, that back and forth was crazy. And then when they finally got our elimination, which was them taking out Seth Rollins, it just seeing them go back and forth, we were reliving the old feud, Cena versus Punk. And it was just, I don't know what it was, but the younger version of me was just jumping for joy.
Yeah.
Because that was a phenomenal match.
Right. Yeah. I thought seeing that brought a lot of good memories back when they used to fight back in the day. And then so the way that Punk got taken out was, I was like, oh, but you know, it's they're setting up more for that Seth Rollins and Punk. I mean, the rumor is that Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Punk are supposed to have a triple threat, you know, at Mania. You know, we'll see where that gets placed on the card and whatnot. But then, you know, we got Super Cena. I mean, John Cena, he finally wins. He wins a match after, what was the drought? Like, it was over 2,000 days, he said? Or
something like that, yeah. Rollins comes in and, you know, right before the match looked like it was about to be over, Punk ended up underneath the ropes trying to escape the what is it called? What is it called now?
The STF.
The STF. Okay.
STF.
I remember when it was called the STFU. So that's why I was like, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, the STF.
Yeah.
And Rollins stomps him into the ground.
Right.
And everyone, I felt like the arena just like everybody's jaws dropped.
Right.
Because I thought he was out.
I thought it was out too.
I thought they took him out already. And next thing you know, we just see Rollins' foot just boom. Punk's out. Punk holds on for as long as he could. And it just fades away. Cena wins. And then
Cody Rhodes music hits immediately. Cody Rhodes music hits. So I was like, okay, cool. Now we're going on to that segment. And as soon as that happened, I was sitting there. I was like, okay, if Cena stays in the ring, something is going to happen. Again, I was just saying something's going to happen if Cena stays in the ring. If Cody goes heel, then he'll attack Cena. Or if Cena goes heel, he'll attack Cody. So I was just,
it was one or the other.
It was like one or the other. And sure enough, I mean, we get all the way down. We had Travis Scott. I mean, yeah, sure.
Let's talk about that. Let's
whatever.
Talk about that real quick.
Like Travis, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Come out. He came with a blunt. He had his championship belt. That's cool. Whatever. He's making the theme. He has the theme song for WrestleMania. But I mean, he really didn't need to be there.
That man was a goon.
Like, he really was. He was the Rock's goon.
He was the Rock's goon.
Yo, he was gooning up like super crazy. And the thing about it is, like, the way he was holding the title was almost like a Paul Heyman goon, where he's like, "Don't worry, Rock, I'll hold your title for you." So that way, Rock could have his arms free to do whatever and stuff. He was like
that man was a goonin'.
He was gooning
hard,
super hard. So then now we have all of them in the ring, and sure enough, Rock comes in, talks to Cody. He goes like, and all those references he made, he was just like, he's like, you say yes, then all your aspirations, your dreams come true. But if you say no, the dream dies again. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was a powerful line.
Oh.
And just that moment alone was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we see Cody struggle, take that mic, and he's like, I can't give you my soul. And this is what I love about Cody.
Yeah.
Cody can say the cheesiest thing in the world.
Right.
Because obviously he's the babyface.
Right.
And he can say the cheesiest thing in the world, but it still comes off like you feel that in your chest. Like
right.
that you are a true hero.
Yeah.
Because that's what he is. Like Cody is my son's favorite character in
right,
the show.
Right.
He loves that man to death. I've loved Cody too.
Yeah.
You know, I've been watching Cody since he's like back in the old days where he had the plastic mask on his face, everything like that, the mustache.
Undashing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Cody Rhodes. I don't care what anybody says. I loved Cody Rhodes before everybody loved Cody Rhodes.
Whoa,
you're only
smoking mirrors.
I love
Whoa.
that man. But he did the babyface thing of showing that he was not turning, and he told him that he can't give him his soul because he gave his soul to that ring and to all the fans.
Yeah,
and then immediately drops an F-bomb,
which I was like,
Rock.
Okay.
I know that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland back in AEW were sitting there like, bro, what? Obviously, that was the big shock moment when they did it.
Yeah.
So they were probably just like, but yeah, it was such a moment, such a crazy moment. And then we see like Cena, yeah. And he goes to embrace Cody.
Yeah.
And then we get that shot.
The face.
Shot of the face. And we get The Rock.
Slit the throat. I was like, no!
He low blows Cody. And this is where the voice was lost. This was where the voice was lost. The screaming that I did.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Like, we knew somebody was turning.
Yeah.
And we knew that Cena was possibly turning this eventually. But I was not expecting in that manner. I didn't expect him to sell his soul to The Rock.
I mean, he had to turn heel somehow. And I think selling his soul to The Rock was a great way to do it, especially the whole emphasis was selling the soul and stuff. And it's like, what's a better way to tell the story of the greatest hero of them all has now turned into the greatest villain. It's literally online. I was on X and I'm on IG and stuff. And one of the common things I always would see, Hail Hydra, Captain America.
100%. That's what it felt like, man. I mean, we saw them like lay Cody out, strip him of his clothes.
I was like,
hold him down, and The Rock beat him with that belt.
Yeah.
They busted Cody open by hitting him with his own championship. And The Rock just took his blood from that belt and just smeared it on. This is now the second belt that The Rock owns with Cody's blood on it. Like the second. Like, bro, why are you collecting belts of your employees' blood? But Cody took that beating.
He took that beating like a champ.
And we walk off with Cena just now The Rock's champion. And it's like now all the hints make sense. I see everyone like my favorite one of that one. Yeah, the count. Because I didn't even think about it. Because I thought it was weird.
Yeah.
When he counts, like, usually count 1, 2, 3. He went 1, 2, and then 3.
Yeah.
And it's like you reverse it.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Like, granted, that might be reaching.
It might be reaching, but I mean.
But it's all there. And it was so well played out. I feel like we saw history.
Yeah.
In the biggest way. And I love it. I love that we all witnessed it. My son was heartbroken.
Oh my God!
He watched, for the second year in a row, he's watched his hero get his behind
by The Rock.
By my hero. The Rock will always be my favorite. No matter what era he's in, it's The Rock has always been my favorite. And watching that moment, I'm like, I'm sorry, son. My son said, like, why do you like him? I'm like, because that's why. The Rock is
Oh man,
he's definitely like turned the heads of everybody again. This is now the second year in a row where The Rock has influenced Mania in the biggest way.
Yeah.
And he has turned it into something that is going to be phenomenal to watch. I cannot wait to see where this goes.
I 100% agree with you. And The Rock always tells people that, like, hey, just enjoy the ride that The Rock is going to take you on.
Or he's going to slap the syphilis off your lips. Oh, man.
So, all right. So we would do, the next time we get back, we're going to talk about what we think about the road to WrestleMania. We're going to talk about like our predictions. We'll do our predictions kind of early and about what we think WrestleMania is going to look like. At least because, I mean.
Yeah, the road back to WrestleMania is starting to get laid out now. I think we should definitely give our thoughts on it.
Because we have 4 matches. Well, we will have 4 matches. Because we'll have the 2 women's championship, world championship matches, and the and then the 2 men's world championship matches, and then they're doing the tournament they did the tournament for the United States Championship. Are they saving it for Mania? Are they going to be doing it on a SmackDown? You know,
I don't know, but we're like what? We're like 40 something days away from Mania.
40 something days. I mean, we have the tag belts, the tag divisions. The Raw tag division has been is okay. Not really.
Let's talk about that next
time. We'll do it next time. We'll get into more details about that next time. But
before we leave, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So with the card that we saw tonight, but ignoring the end of results of the main event.
Yeah.
What match had you the most hype? Of the chamber matches or the other matches? What match was like my pick of the night?
I had to give it to the women's chamber match. The women's chamber match definitely, when it came to excitement, throughout the entire match, the women's chamber match had me at the edge of my seat the entire time. The men's chamber match was the second. The only thing about the men's chamber match, I think, is because my mind was already kind of like set on like, oh, it's got to be like this person or that person. Like the women's chamber match, I had no idea, and I think that's where the more excitement was. There was more unpredictability on who was going to win and such. So I'd have to say the women's chamber match. How about you?
KO and Sami.
KO and Sami? Okay.
KO and Sami. The match was not match.
That fight.
The unsanctioned match was amazing.
Yeah.
We saw brutality. We saw a personal friendship literally falling apart in front of our eyes. We saw each one literally doing things to end the other's career. Like at this point, I've seen KO and Sami matches obviously plenty over the years.
Yeah.
But I felt like this one was like the one where you were like, there was no holding back.
Right.
And I personally love that. You know, I love the chamber matches too. Of the chamber matches, I'll say the women was my favorite one. Definitely. I agree with you on that one. But if you give me card match of the night, it was definitely the KO and Sami.
Right.
So, but we will talk more about the other stuff later.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining us today. This was our inaugural episode of Boyz of Attitude.
Men of Net.
And thank you for joining us today. I am Thato D.
And I am Loboberry Crunch.
And check us out next time. Make sure like and subscribe.
The socials are in the description below.
Yep. So anyway, check us out. Peace.